Welcome everyone to Aware, Prepare, Survive. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video today. What if I was to tell you there was a food out there that you can plant and be ready to eat within 7 to 12 days? And it's one of the most nutritious forms of plant on the face of this earth, and that's microgreens. You can plant microgreens, and usually within 7 to 12 days, depending on the seed and the variety, you can have one of the most healthiest plants on planet Earth. Now, if you're a prepper, if you're a prepared person and you're looking for something that can give you some really nutritious food, and you can have it within 7 to 14 days basically. Most of my stuff comes in between 7 and 12 days. I'd encourage you to start looking into this. If you're just looking to be more health conscious, more healthy, this is some of the most nutritious forms of food there is out there. And today I'm going to be planting some broccoli microgreens. I'm going to show you how I do them. And right now all I have planted is some sunflower seeds. It's black oil sunflower. That's one of the only sunflowers that you can sprout and grow into microgreens. I have some of those that have already sprouted. They have it grown much more than, being in the sprout stage, but I'll show you some of those. And I encourage everyone, do your own research, look into this. I'm telling you, this is some of the most nutritious food out there, and you can have it within 7 to 10 days, and you can grow it in your own home. It don't matter if you live in an apartment or a house or if you live on a farm. You can grow this in anywhere in your home, and it's relatively cheap, and it's some of the most nutritious foods there are out there. So let's get started. I'll show you how I plant my microgreens. But one of the first things I want to talk about is your trays. I always disinfect my trays. I either disinfect them with a diluted water bleach mixture or a diluted water and food grade peroxide mixture. I always dilute my peroxide usually is what I use, and I sanitize my trays. Anything you're doing, you want to make sure it's sanitized. You want to make sure you're clean, that your hands are washed, and all the things that you're using is sanitized. So without further ado, let's go outside and I'm going to show you how I plant and how I grow, start my microgreens. All right, first I wanted to show you these trays. What you're going to want is this is a 10 by 20 tray. As you can see, it's got holes. This particular tray didn't come with holes in it. I went ahead and drilled them. But you want holes in your trays. On the tray you're going to be putting your soil and where you're going to be planting your microgreens for drainage. And you're also going to want a tray without holes. So this tray here with holes can set down in that tray. This tray is to catch any excess water. And also sometimes you can bottom water these things by pouring water in this tray. So you want to set the tray with holes that you're going to be growing your microgreens into the tray without holes. Now we're going to put our soil in there, and the type of soil that I use is it's a seed starting mix by Burpee. It's their eco-friendly, natural, and organic seed starting mix. This works great with sprouting seeds for microgreens. And if you're looking for some good soil, it's very inexpensive. This bag here was around $5. I think $5.48 is what I paid for it at Lowe's. So this is a really good seed starting mix, and if you're looking for some good seed starting stuff, I encourage you to give it a try. So what we're gonna do, this is a 2-inch deep tray. We're gonna put about 1 inch of dirt, inch of this seed starting mix in the tray, and that's going to be our base for our microgreens. And this soil is this seeding mix is very fine and works really great. You just want to smooth it down, get it nice and smooth and level. Try to even it out all the way across, about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch deep right now. And what you want to do is you want to wet the soil. You want to get it good and wet before you put your seeds down. So just apply some water. You can use a sprayer. I have a little hand sprayer I'm gonna go get, but I'm pouring a little bit of water to go ahead and get it fairly wet, and get my sprayer and wet it down some more. Want to make sure you get the soil good and wet, and this is just water. You can use tap water. I use spring water in mine. I don't want any impurities getting into my microgreens, so I use spring water. But you know, you can use tap water. I've used tap water before. It really doesn't matter, but you want to give it a good soaking, but you want to get your soil real moist, real wet. You don't want it sopping wet, just good and wet before you put your seed on here. Takes a little time with this hand sprayer, but like this, but I just want to get it good and wet. That should be good enough, and you want to pat it down just a little. So it gives a good base, firm base for your seed. You can use a wood block or something like that if you want to do this, but I just prefer to just use my hand. Like I said, my hands are clean. And let's get the seed and put on it. Now, when planting microgreens, when you're putting your seed down, you want to make sure that you use a nice, thick, heavy coat of seeds. That's the way microgreens are grown. You don't want them stacked on top of each other, but you want good coverage in your whole entire flat here. So you want to put them on relatively thick. That's the way you grow microgreens. What I'm growing here today is broccoli seeds, and broccoli microgreens are some of the most nutritious greens there is out there, and it has numerous health benefits. And I encourage everyone, if you start growing microgreens, let broccoli be one of those greens that you grow. Very nutritious. So you just want to give a good even coat. Just first go around, just do a light coat. Try to get them as much as you can everywhere. It's okay if you get them too thick in one spot, and you know, you can always come back, fill in the places. Sometimes it can be aggravating, but you get a good coating of these. You want to press them down into smooth them out, get them off, covering your entire flat all the way, especially around the edges. You want to make sure you get the edges real good. If you got some that's thicker than others, just spread them around. But you want really good coverage. And just go back, hit some of the spots that look a little bare. The broccoli seeds are very, very, very small, but you can just go back, hit some of the spots that you kind of missed here. But after you get your seed planted, you want to wet them again. And like I said, just take you a sprayer of whatever sprayer you choose. And you want to give them a good soaking of water. Really, really good soaking of water. This helps break down the seed quicker if they're good and wet, and they'll sprout a little bit faster. Now, some people soak their seed, and I soak other seeds. I do not soak my broccoli seeds. I plant those dry, and then I put a good dose of water on them. The soil that I use is really, really dry, so it can take a lot of water. It's not a big deal, but you want to make sure that you get your broccoli seed really, really good and moist and wet in here. And that's it. That's as simple and easy as that as far as getting them ready. You want to take a tray, another tray, and you want to put down on here. You want to keep them in the dark for about 3 to 4 days until they sprout real good. They'll get about 1 inch tall. Then you want to put them under light, and they'll take off from there. So let's get a tray, set on it, and that'll be it as far as planting our broccoli microgreens. All right, you take your tray, make sure that it's sanitized, make sure it has a tray with no holes in it, and especially this end being sanitized, because this is going to set down on your seed and on your sprouts. And what you'll do is once this gets sprouted up about 1 inch high, you'll turn it over like this and keep them, or right at 1 inch high, you turn them over like this right here, and keep them darked out for another 24 hours, and then they're ready to go under light. But we'll put this tray in here, make sure you push it down good and tight, and you want to get some kind of weight and put in here, because you need to mimic the seed being underground in the soil. So you want to have it darked out, and you want weight down on it for about the first 3 days, and you'll see the shoots start to push this up. When that happens, usually, depending on how tall they are and how strong they are, you want to flip it around like this. But for the first few days, at least first 2 to 3 days, you want to keep this down here just like that with weight on it, and you want to water these seeds twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. But it's as simple as that. It's very easy to do. As you can see, anybody could do it. You have to monitor these things daily, every day, twice a day. Usually you need to keep an eye on them, make sure the soil's not dried out, and that the seeds have plenty of water. Now I'm going to show you some that I've already got sprouted. It's black oil sunflower seeds, and I'll get them, bring them out here, and let you see what they look like after these have been in there for 48 hours. Actually 46 hours, and I'll show you how much they sprouted in 46 hours. All right, here's my tray of black oil sunflower seeds that I started a little bit less than 48 hours ago. I'm gonna take this lid off here, and as you can see, that's how much they've sprouted in less than 48 hours. So it doesn't take long, and these things will sprout up. Now, sunflower seeds may take just a little bit longer to sprout. That, you know, it's been my experience, but you know, 2 days and you've got them already sprouted up. Another 2 more days and these things should be ready for me to turn over the lid like this for at least 24 hours, and then I'll be able to put them under the grow lights and we'll watch them grow. But as simple as that. That's what they look like when they start to sprout. I'm sorry I don't have any full grown plants right now. I just harvested some the other day, and decided today that I would do a video on microgreens. Right, here's a couple of the seeds. I'm just going to show you the 2 seeds here that I talked about in the video. I get my seeds from Mountain Valley Seed Company through True Leaf Market. It's a great seed company. They stand behind their seeds, and this is a good company to get them from. They're fairly reasonable. I usually buy them by the pound or by 5-pound bags. The more you buy, the cheaper per pound you're going to get it. This is a broccoli, a Walton 29 broccoli, 1-pound bag from Mountain Valley Seed Company. These broccoli seeds are great, and I really like them. So that's what I planted today. And do your own research. I guarantee if you start researching it, you'll end up growing them yourself. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Whenever I get some more more full-grown microgreens, I think I'll do a video, show you what they look like, show you what they look like when they're ready to harvest. You want to harvest your microgreens right as the first true leaf starts to come out on the plant, or right before the first true leaf. They'll have seed leaves, but before the first true leaf, or right as the first true leaves start to come out, that's when you want to harvest your microgreens. Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch the video today. I really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time.